Damn. Alright. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Darko here with another video. Yeah. There's something going around trending. Niggas on TikTok talking about something. Oh yeah, I would have blicked that nigga up. Oh, that nigga would have been dead. Oh, bada bing, bada boom. Nigga smoked. A bunch of other bullshit. And it's all revolving around this nigga, Smartschoolboy9. People been saying this shit really fucked up. And all that. And I feel like everybody getting the information about this nigga from the same video. Man, okay, I'm not even about to read the comments. I'm gonna spoil myself. But shout out to Nick Crowley. Let's get into this shit. Not attempt to make contact with an individual discussed in today's video. I do not condone harassment of any. What you mean? Don't make contact with him. The nigga is still alive? Oh shit. The following video contains scenes. Hold up. Let me read that shit. The following video contains scenes that may be upsetting and distressing for some. Topics include CP. We know what that means, bro. Your discretion is advised. If y'all not trying to see no crazy down the rabbit hole shit like this, YouTube or Twitch, recommend you click off this bitch right now, because we better get into this.
Creepy accounts pretending to be kids. I came across a reel randomly, and it's led me down this weird rabbit hole of people using AI or dressing up pretending to go to school. They all seem to have high heels, check images in them. Is this an age play thing or something more sinister? Literally anything helps as I keep trying to look for answers. This post was made to the subreddit r/.
Okay, first, how do you accidentally go down the rabbit hole of people dressing up as children? Like, is that something you could be just like, oh yeah, you know what? Let me search up schoolgirls or some shit. Like, you gotta be searching up something odd to find something odd like that. Ain't no way that shit just pops up. Like, if it was a meme or something, right? Like, you see some shit on TikTok, me and the bro, like, it could be some me and bro if we were the cute anime girls and it just shows a fat nigga in a fucking schoolgirl uniform. That's what I can understand. But like anything else, you literally gotta be looking something up.
Instagram by the user numerouscut792 on April 15th, 2024. It featured screenshots of 3 bizarre-looking Instagram pages they had encountered earlier that day, with OP expressing concern that something truly disturbing was happening with these users, and those on the thread agreed. What the actual fuck? Found all of them and blocked them all. Truthsticks11 is seriously creepy to me. I've been trying to find more about them but can hardly find anything. Very weird account to say the least. The 3 accounts apparently belong to 3 different children. However, when combing through their posts, the content seems to imply something much more bizarre was afoot. Something truly disturbing. This post would be the start of a story that would eventually be picked up and shared all across the online world, becoming one of the more notorious internet mysteries in recent memory, as these accounts revealed an unending rabbit hole that is still being traversed to this very day, in an ongoing investigation into one of the most depraved oddities ever found on Instagram.
Okay.
This is the emerging story of Smartschoolboy9.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Crowley presents
I hope you like
Smartschoolboy9 in an internet rabbit hole. Brother, y'all locked in, chat?
We'll return after these messages.
Before we get too far down this rabbit hole, I want to first thank today's sponsor, Changer. Gives me a boost of energy that doesn't lead to—
Okay, I understand this the type of content this nigga make and all that. I'm not even hating about the fact that he put an ad on here, right? But imagine you ask this nigga if he could, you know, advertise your product in his next video, and this nigga's next video is talking about a pedophile that dresses up as a schoolgirl / boy and has probably hundreds of terabytes of CP. You feel me? Like, yeah, this gonna be one of his most viewed videos. And I doubt anyone give a fuck about this, but we're gonna remember this company as the ad that was in the CP / pedophile / documentary. Like, you know, this is what we remember your product as, AG1. Congrats. But if y'all ever want to sponsor me in the future, just, yeah.
Beautiful boy, an account looked after.
Hold up, let me get some water. I got a water bottle right here. Oh shit. Beautiful boy, an account looked after. The fuck?
By me, a degree-educated mother choosing to stay anonymous. This was the bio of the first account pictured in the Reddit post, an account named TruthSticks11, which was said to be operated by a 12-year-old boy and his mother. Back in October of 2021, the duo would make their very first post, kicking things off on a somewhat concerning note, though not for their own page, but instead, another account on the platform.
So, that's the account run by a man pretending to be a boy.
The video was created and posted by the mother for the sole purpose of warning others of a specific user who had been posing as
That don't sound like no mama, bro. Not gonna hold you.
a child online, when in actuality he was a grown man who did this in order to get close to and exploit other children across the platform. It's the grim reality of this online world, as predators will do just about anything to get closer to children, and it's a reality often unrealized or even ignored by parents, which makes it almost refreshing that this mother was out here trying to raise awareness. These posts would become the crux of the account early on. They would call out this user and their many accounts again and again, eventually going more in depth about what this person would actually do, claiming that they had a strange perversion to dressing up as a young schoolboy. Does he wish he were a young boy in a school classroom, looking nice and being successful at school? Yes. This theme of calling out online predators would remain consistent throughout the years on TruthSticks11. However, after some time, the mother behind the account began to use the page for its initially intended purpose, to share photos of her son.
That's a nice thing.
The photos began reasonably normal, and would show this young boy studying at school, accepting awards from their principal, and even school presentations in which their son had attended, with the captions often boasting about how intelligent the young boy was. Though over time, the photos began to grow.
Your mic too low? Is it? I'm gonna have to edit this out. Maybe I'm just not. Maybe the video just loud. I'll turn the video down a little bit. I be using this bitch to bump music sometimes.
Stranger.
What the fuck? Hold up.
Though attended, with the captions often boasting about how
Loving mother of my son, I'm so happy about numerous things, particularly about his lovely year of school and achievements. His briefcase is the bussiest, says his form teacher, and it is so true. Either that says busiest or bussiest, but I'm gonna act like that shit says bussiest, nigga. My shit busting out the briefcase. Fuck wrong with you, nigga? You ain't touching paper like me. That's the type of shit I would say.
intelligent the young boy was. Though over time, the photos began to grow stranger.
So is this an AI generated picture of a child?
They looked
Can y'all hear me
off,
better?
almost as if they were AI generated. And on top of this, they began to appear heavily edited in an almost inexplicable manner, with deep red lipstick often being added, which was enunciated by his face being turned pure white. This unsettling trend would continue from here, as with each passing post, the photos grew less authentic and more surreal.
Oh hell no. It's like some shit you see in the analog horror.
Until they became straight up disturbed, even sickening. These bizarre edits spilled over past just the images too, as the posts began to appear as disjointed collages, often showcasing multiple grotesque images and paragraphs about how much this user loved school. And this wasn't the only shift either. At some point, the son behind the account began posting content that allegedly came directly from him, saying things like, "My really cool mom asked me if I'd like to post, and I said, yes please."
So
He even shared supposed videos that he had filmed of himself, which were equally as unconvincing as his photos, and somehow even more chilling.
I put my school uniform back on after a cool football session at school. Children leadership at school. My timing in my pace are 2 areas that I have room to show off in. So in any sport or task where you're behind, put in moments of exciting leadership at each time can become a little bit longer and some shit. I only come on as a substitute as I'm not brilliant at football, but I'm doing like this looks like some 2000s like pop up type shit. Did my stream crash? It might have. That nigga. Nah, I think it might just be a little delayed. That shit definitely crashed. Hold up, bro. Let me fix this. This shit go. Already on that 0 kbps shit. 0 kbps shit. Dumbass shit, man. Damn, what? Like, my room is right across the hallway from the Wi-Fi, my nigga. Why is this shit always crashing? I should have extravagant Wi-Fi. It should be damn near just as good as if I had the bitch plugged into my console, nigga. Oh my god, bro. Like, this shit's so lame. Niggas can't even just... This shit, like, I got on this bitch in a good mood, motivated. Shit just pissed me off. This shit low-key blowing me, bro. Cause like niggas just want to react to something when they chat. It's been like weeks since these niggas see me since school started back up. Guess they just gonna have to watch this shit on YouTube, bro. It's annoying though. Let me make sure this shit even switching scenes, bro. It is, bro. This shit's so lame.
The boy even shows off his singing in one of the clips.
I might want to read all that. I don't want to see the video.
Though their voice sounds
He gonna zoom in
off.
Okay, for sure.
The account was overall anomalous and extremely off-putting. And though this content was visually alarming, another aspect made it even more so concerning, as over time, many of the images began to resemble CP, showcasing these fake AI children in explicit positions, with their faces sometimes even being photoshopped onto scantily dressed adult bodies. One thing is blatantly obvious about the Truth Sticks account: the supposed child behind it is not real. Even in the more passable photos at the very beginning, there's evidence to suggest that these were likely AI as well. And based on the disturbed, borderline illegal content that this page featured, it seemed more than likely that whoever was behind this page was not an innocent mother concerned for the welfare of other children, but instead, a predatory individual themselves. And this wasn't their only account. The second page featured on the Reddit post belonged to a user named GirlChloe12 and bore striking similarities to Truth Sticks. The page was also supposedly run by a child and monitored by their parent. Bizarrely, they also posted frequently about the dangers of online predators, with the wording of these posts and the editing being essentially the exact same as Truth Sticks, just not as over the top. These two accounts even frequently interacted with each other, thus providing a substantial link on its own. But by far the most compelling link between these pages is one that is easy to miss at a glance, with that being a blatant obsession with high-heeled mini boots. These shoes were mentioned or shown in virtually every single post made by these two users. At playtime, I'm sometimes running around with my really cool heeled footwear I wear with my uniform. After coming home from school, education isn't over for the day once the blue blazer, gray jersey, neat tie, white shirt, tailored close-fit gray trousers, and black heeled mini boots are in the wardrobe. No matter what they discussed, school uniforms and mini boots were always a talking point, which adds confirmation to something that is already becoming apparent. This is fetish content, not too unlike the bizarre accounts in the Pipergate rabbit hole. Fetish content centered around children.
I'm gonna have to watch
And what
that
makes the
next.
Chloe account so disturbing is that AI was seemingly not used, and rather the images seem to be of actual children. Despite this disturbing distinction, these two accounts are cut from the same cloth, and all signs point to them being created by the same person. A person who, despite their constant warnings of the dangers of adults pretending to be children online, seems to be doing the exact same thing, as part of some sort of fetish, the extent of which we'll discuss later. But for now, one thing was for certain: these pages were not run by children, or their parents. So, who created them?
The pedophile.
Well, that brings us to our third and final account shown in that initial post. Smartschoolboy9 was much the same as the other two accounts. They warned of online predators, obsessed over high-heeled mini boots and school uniforms, and posed as a child despite clearly not being one. But Smart Schoolboy was different in one key aspect. The person behind the account was pretending to be a child, but they were doing so in a much more apparent manner, as they didn't use AI or stolen images of other kids to form their identity, and instead, they used photos of
Oh, hell
themselves.
nah.
In the images posted on the account, we see what appears to be a fully grown man, dressed in a schoolboy's uniform.
Why does
His
this
face
nigga
is painted
look like
pure
this,
white
though?
and has bright red lipstick, and he's
Why does this nigga look like this though? Like, yeah, he's a weirdo. I don't expect a weirdo to look good, but how does one acquire this build? Like, let's be honest with ourselves right now. This nigga is chopped. What boy has a lunchbox that says boys on it? Why is his lips like that? What ethnicity is this man? This nigga better not be a nigga. Cause if you a nigga, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in anyone that's pedophile, but a nigga in specific, because I'm a nigga too. So you making us all look bad.
He's of course wearing high-heeled
Harriet Tubman ain't fight for that shit. You bet not be a nigga.
mini boots, characteristics that were all utilized across the other accounts.
God, back the
Only
fuck
this
up.
time, it was done on himself, as he poses as a child, pretending to go to school, as well as pretending to go through other life events common for preteens. And the photos
why
aren't
do you
even
know
the
this
most
nigga got a
disturbing
Twitter
part,
page?
as the account consists primarily of videos.
Back up here. I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of...
Let me know if you like school as well.
The videos are
Why
all
does his skin look like that? There's something genuinely wrong with this person. Like, he looks like a Batman villain. You know that one, like, swine nigga in the Arkham Knight game? Where you gotta go around looking at, like, the little mysterious... Like, the mysterious bodies with missing facial features or muscle fiber or some shit. Nigga look like the swine nigga that did that shit. I forgot what his name was. But nah, this nigga is disgusting looking. I was about to say though, it is kind of hard how he was like repping the lunchbox though. Like nigga had a lunchbox that said school and boy, he said. That's the only swaggy part, but everything else is disgusting.
all incredibly off-putting. Some show him arriving home from school,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What he got in those boxes?
others show him claiming to be on the bus heading toward school,
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I'm on the school bus.
Put this
and
nigga
other
on the
videos
bus
showing
headed
him
towards
doing
prison.
whatever this is.
Ah, no. See, now you playing in my face. Now you playing in my face. Back this shit up, literally.
With these strange sounds and the process of sticking his tongue out appearing to be part of his fetish. As much like the other accounts, his content is overtly
so
sexual
nasty, got me
in its
hard.
own bizarre way.
1, 2.
In fact, there's a video of him with his full outfit on, where he shows himself staring into a mirror as he appears to pleasure himself, right out of view of the camera, as he
fuck?
stares into his own eyes. This account is by far the most sickening.
Man, if I ever jerk off to myself in the reflection, it's not going to be because I look like this nigga. I jerk off to myself because I look attractive. I don't know how one could jerk off to that.
Part of this whole rabbit hole, and also the most important. Interspersed throughout his page are a few examples of what this individual's voice sounds like,
This is quite good.
which just so happens to be the same voice heard in the very first clip
I
shown
knew
on
it.
the Truth Sticks account,
A man pretending to be a boy.
meaning that this full-grown adult man is the one behind this entire rabbit hole. He's the one on these accounts pretending to be a child and their mother, getting some sort of sick satisfaction from whatever this is. And the worst part is, these activities aren't just kept behind closed doors. As we can see on numerous occasions, videos of him walking around outside in a public space, with his full outfit and
What?
face paint
How does
on.
There's no possible way this nigga from America. No possible way in hell. Someone see this nigga at least once, they swinging on, bro. Let alone doing the shit I heard he's done. There's no way niggas not swinging them.
I don't swing.
It's gotta be this the UK
It's
or something,
truly
right?
one of the strangest things that I've ever seen, and making sense of what this all is extremely difficult. But based on the information found from this first Reddit post, a few likely conclusions can be put forward. This man is clearly attracted to the idea of being a kid, and I think OP was correct when they speculated that this was some sort of age play thing, but it's also clearly much more than that too. As based on the images that he's created himself, he clearly has some sort of attraction to other children as well, as he's quite literally created faux CP, the likes of which is so disturbing that I can't even really describe it here either. He's creating fetish content, and he's using the likeness of children, and also some children that are clearly very real people, to do so. That much is obvious. But there was also the possibility that he was pretending to be a kid in order to exploit other children across the internet. At this point though, this was merely speculation, with much of the Smartschoolboy9 case remaining a mystery. And the rabbit
That doesn't
hole was
even
only
look
getting
human. That's a
deeper from
literal
here.
fucking demon, bro.
Months
Back
after this
up
rabbit
with this
hole was
shit.
introduced to the online world, this
Nick Crowley, put this nigga this close to the screen one more time. I'm slapping your grandma. Oh, and bro, stop doing that shit, nigga. I'm not trying to see this nigga. I'm watching this video because I want to be entertained. I don't need this nigga dab smack in front of my face, nigga. Okay? Fuck.
The story began to be shared all across the internet, most notably on the r/internet mysteries subreddit, where the case really took off. There, internet sleuths began uncovering just how vast this web of accounts actually was, as it wasn't just these 3 pages. No, there seemed to be over a dozen, and likely even more that we still haven't found, as he's created his own sort of community, his own little world, where across each page he pretends to be a child, with these accounts typically following each other and frequently interacting, seemingly to make these characters appear as though they have real friends. On one of these pages, 12 Stockwell Joanne, he poses as a 14-year-old girl, using more AI images to depict explicit positions of this manufactured child, which I obviously am not going to show here. Though much like his Chloe account, he also shows images of very real young girls. But this isn't the most concerning part of this account, as on numerous occasions, he's shown images of children at a playground.
What?
Which he may have taken himself.
He definitely took them bitches.
This fantasy of being a schoolgirl and taking part in these school-centric activities is something carried over throughout multiple of his accounts, with his most common alias being Stephanie, of which he has numerous different accounts featuring that same name.
Yeah, I'm Stephanie.
This Stephanie
Like, okay, this nigga's a complete fucking weirdo. Hands down. But you gotta applaud the nigga's dedication to it at the very least. Why does, like, this nigga has multiple accounts, all of them barely got any followers. He's consistently making this weirdo content. Like, nigga, I could barely push out a YouTube video once every couple of weeks. So, if this nigga put his energy into being a content creator, he'd excel amazingly. But no, he had to be a pedophile weirdo. Shit crazy.
character claims to be a 12-year-old aspiring poet, with accounts all across the internet, many of which showcasing examples of her poetry, which carries on those same distinct sexual undertones. I race to complete my poems when I've got an early start. Heart racing, mixed rhythms, maximizing miracles, rice with rap, and on the map. My Kennington, London syllables. Dancing though I know my underwear might show if I lean forward. Good. Stephanie stands.
See, look. He had to add the underwear part. But, like, let me read this shit in a little more swaggy tone. I race to complete. I race to complete my poems and I've got an early start. Hard racing mixed with race rhythms, maximizing miracles. Rice with rapping on the map. My Kennington, London syllables. Dancing though I know my underwear might show if I lean forward. Good. He has some at this the London syllables part, but yeah, you lost me there. That was just
12. But digging even deeper, her poetry has even seemingly been featured in various articles and even newspapers, showcasing that this rabbit hole extends far past just the online world.
And this is in London.
This act is clearly their obsession, and he's been doing this for years,
the UK.
with the earliest examples that I could find coming from all the way back in 2018. And this Stephanie character seems to be his go-to alias, embodying it in even the literal sense.
I know you fucking lying. This nigga has to have these in the countdown, because ain't no way niggas
As in
taking
one of his
pictures
many
for him.
pages dedicated to this Stephanie character, he dresses as her, wearing a wig and a dress, as he pretends to be a 12-year-old girl.
Kinda bad though.
Almost immediately after this case began gaining traction, the true magnitude of this rabbit hole was revealed. Across every single account are countless depraved posts and oddities that all could warrant discussion, but by far the most important discoveries were those that didn't actually occur on his own page, and rather the pages of other actual children. Do you like school? I do. It is good. You have some cool shirts, but I have to wear school uniforms to school. It is nice, but casual isn't allowed, and it's quite hot here in the UK, as the month of June suddenly got warmer. These are two examples out of many that show Smartschoolboy9 reaching out and attempting to befriend young children online. In one comment, he even warns a child about other comments from bad people, stating that, "It happens to most boys in our age group, but stay safe, stay cool, don't be dismayed by creeps." This is our
No
best evidence
12-year-old
that
is
these
talking
accounts
like that.
weren't just made for age play. No, he's actually posing as a child in order to make friends with other children. And given his overtly sexual interests and aversion to CP, it's not hard to gather why he was doing this.
I'm so glad.
And these examples are only what we found
found
so far. It's possible that there are dozens, or who knows, maybe even hundreds of other comments out there, hidden on unknown children's accounts. This is
Except for, like,
predatory
after
behavior. The man
11,
behind
12,
Schoolboy9
13.
is a predator. And in case there was still any doubt of whether or not this was a sexual thing, here's what he had to say about being a 13-year-old girl.
I can't sit still in class, thighs jerking, high heels squeaking, school uniform so girly. Being 13 is really sexy, but being a good girl is too. What the fuck? Nigga, shut your bitch ass up. That was top 3? Yeah, okay, thank you.
But have his tactics actually worked? Well, the frightening thing is, no one knows if he's actually been successful or not, or even what specifically he's looking for. We just know that he's trying to reach kids, as evidenced not only by his comments, but by the fact that he's solely following children on all of these pages. And though it's easy to look at these accounts and know that something is off, for children, it's not that simple.
Hold up. I have a banger idea. Right. So y'all aware of the rabbit hole and all that. So what if y'all know how there's predator catchers going around whooping niggas' asses, putting straight belt to ass? So what if we had a predator catcher set up a fake persona as if they were a child? They gotta be from the UK in specific, but they set up a fake persona as if they were a child. You know, got him to interact with them, posted pictures of them chilling, bunch of other shit. Right? Meet up, whoop that nigga ass, and take him to jail. Amazing plot, in my opinion. Murder the nigga if you have to. I mean,
Simple, especially when there's pages showcasing photos of actual kids.
in GTA, of course.
Which brings up another frightening detail. Many of the images he's used of children have not been traced back to their original creator, and some seem to appear for the very first time online publicly on this man's pages, which might mean that he was sent them privately. There's even one image that David posted on his schoolboy account, which shows another kid that he claimed to be on a playdate with, though it's impossible to say if this is real or not. For now, we just don't know for sure. Though given the fact that he's reaching out to children, posting fetish content centered around children, and has even potentially photographed kids in the wild, one thing is for certain, Smartschoolboy9 needs to be stopped.
Definitely. Unmasked. That's a mask?
Finding this man and reporting him to law enforcement quickly became the top priority for those investigating the case. And luckily, he left several glaring clues behind that made this process a whole lot easier. On numerous occasions across his many pages, he would post images and videos of specific locations, even showing streets and mentioning very particular areas in his poems, all of which centered around the London area, immediately giving us an idea of where he was located.
That was obvious, yeah.
And that wasn't all.
Figure that out.
I mentioned how the alias of Stephanie was one that he used more so than any other, but what's interesting is that there was another name used just as often across his accounts, brought up time and time again, though it's a name that he never seemed to call any of his characters. Instead, he simply referred to this person as a stepbrother, or a father, or even a friend from school, despite never actually picturing him, just mentioning his name. David.
Oh, okay.
And sure enough, after connecting a few dots, it would be revealed that this person's actual name was in fact David. David Alter, with a man being 59 years old.
59? 59 is fucking crazy, yo. I knew this nigga was, like, I thought this nigga would be in his 30s, maybe early 40s at most. This nigga's damn near 60 doing this shit. Why is this nigga healthy enough to still do this shit? God, you be giving some people terminal cancer before they even reach damn near 59. Give it to this nigga. Oh, I give it to my strongest soldiers. Nigga. Give it to your weakest one. Like, give it to him too. Please. I feel like gifting the sub. You too broke to do that, nigga. Stop lying to me. I didn't even know my stream started back up.
At the moment, it doesn't appear that David has any past criminal convictions or documented history of this behavior, but we do know that thanks to the investigation done on Reddit and Discord, he is currently being investigated by local authorities, which will hopefully put an end to his online behavior and shine some more light on who this person actually is. As for the time being, the only other information that we really know about David is that he likes to write poetry and he makes music.
I think I hear a running tram going back in time, not out of time.
Now listening to this.
Little lemon and lice, say Mary Ann, hey Steely Dan. I like the sound of that running tram.
Yeah.
And his name also appears in a random newspaper, where he's discussing the importance of kids wearing school uniforms.
Oh hell no. How do they even let someone like this nigga get this far into like a
Though there is
position
one
of power?
very important aspect that we have yet to talk about in relation to this man, with that being David's mental state. Some believe that David is a mentally unwell individual who potentially doesn't know the extent of what they are doing.
Who cares?
Now, even if this is the case, his behavior still needs to be stopped, and he needs to be given proper help to assure that no one else gets hurt by his actions. But it is important to note that David is far more intelligent than he lets on, as his personal accounts show us that he is fairly well-spoken and articulate. And throughout his problematic content, most of his bad grammar and strange verbiage seems to be his attempts at more authentically trying to replicate a child. But it's impossible to know for sure. But what we do know is that David is extremely manipulative, with his response to the situation and other clues littered across his accounts showing us that he seems to know what he's doing, and he knows that it's wrong.
Response.
Since the exposure of David's accounts, he hasn't silently slithered away like most other predators would. Instead, he's actually responded on more than a few occasions, lashing
You are a grown man pretending to be a child to lure children. There's an investigation other than what your neighbors know about you. You have 3 separate accounts that you use to comment on your main account, both with similar faces as yours. You're a grown man, maybe looking for sex. You're literally so brain dead. I have one account you toss your brain dead, but in children's ads. The fuck that mean?
Reaching out to those who have DM'd him.
Nigga said some shit, he responded to some. You're gonna get caught. Immature ass crap that you invented to intimidate ain't going to manipulate me, you crazy old doofer. Get a job. Nigga, you get a job! You're going to get caught. Quit texting me, I'm underage. You're wanking as you text. Nigga, you're... I'm literally evidence you're a pedo.
calling them the perverts and predators. He even left a comment on his Joanne account seemingly directed at himself, writing, "You are really sad. And if that's your name, David, be honest with yourself. You're 50, as you said elsewhere. You reply to me, a girl, as if I'm your buddy? No chance ever." This is something David does all the time.
Kink
It's
shaming
projection, and it started all the way back at the beginning of this rabbit hole.
So, that's the account run by a man pretending to be a boy.
And he continued posting these predator exposés, along with other warnings about predators on the internet across every page he made, each of which being hyper-specific to his own predatory ways and fetishes. The things he accuses others of are blatant projections of his own dark vices. And I can think of 2 reasons why. Number 1, that this makes his account look safer to other parents and children. It gives the appearance that he's not another internet creep, because he's actively calling them out. It's a way to build trust in order to befriend and exploit kids. And number 2, he knows what he's doing is wrong, and this is his bizarre way of self-reporting, probably to make himself feel better about what he's doing. And it's obvious based on just how accurate these claims against others are to him. Does he wish he were a young boy in a school classroom, looking nice and being successful at school? Yes. And these claims are made over and over again, as each time he calls someone out, he's further exposing himself. Which becomes more concerning when you realize that these projections seemingly aren't strictly pedophilic. Within those eerily familiar expose posts he made on Truthsticks11, he mentions how this user not only wanted to exploit children online, but they wanted to kill them as well.
Hold up, learn what the fictitious name used by the man pretending to be a boy implies. Abdullah Shakir noticed the lettering of the surname. What he is implying, crimes against humanity. Crimes against humanity appalling. It's all cold, cannibalism, hatred, active, indicating why he uses photos of boys. Showing bare flesh, KRA suggesting his fetish extends to thoughts of killing in ritual, and 34C indicates to 34 other pedophiles that he and they are active in their accounts. Yo. This nigga has this shit planned out. Eventually, as he likes photos of the boys, his followers notice something is wrong. Using the same photo many times and trying to add photos of other boys, the arrogant man pretending to be a boy cannot pretend arrogance is a substitute for common sense. And this was from 3 years ago. This nigga probably already did some shit.
Well, as he mentions that this user has a clear interest in cannibalizing kids, and even performing ritualistic sacrifices on them. And based on how accurate all of the other exposures are to himself, I have no reason to believe that this isn't part of his MO as well.
Alright, I'm not going to try to pause too much, since it's almost the final part. But I know I might be a pacifist. I might believe that violence should stop and shit. And I might, especially with guns, I believe gun violence is one of the most dire things plaguing the world, leading to a lot of early deaths and shit in the young community, both black, white, and just young community in general. Giving people power trips. But guns are invented to kill predators like this nigga. Use a gun on a predator. Not on prey, not on someone you're close and level to, on a predator. You can't kill a bear with your bare hands. You fucking shoot a bear with a buckshot or some shit, right? With a shotgun, some bullshit. I don't know what hunters use to kill bigger animals. But like I'm saying, use that shit to kill predators. Shit, you're far weaker than. Shit. Like, this the UK. This is why, like, one thing about the UK, these niggas don't got gun laws. So niggas just resort to knives and shit, stabbing people. So they ain't got no guns in the UK. They just got knives and shit. But please, please. Like, I feel like they need them if there's a weirdo. Like, if it breeds more weirdos, bring the guns down there. I don't give a fuck. Literally. I'm saying a bunch of bullshit, but I'm trying to make sense. But this shit is just pissing me off. That's all I'm trying to say. Shoot this nigga, please. In GTA. In real life. This nigga needs to die.
Crazy as that may sound, This also seems to coincide with some of the content he's posted that I can't show you, as some of these photos show children edited in contorted positions, including some where he's added what appears to be rope to give the illusion that they're tied up. And what makes this even more disturbing is that on his accounts he's posted numerous photos in the vicinity of schools, on nearby secluded trails, and even some where he discusses what time school starts and ends, saying that he likes to be awake and ready for it. There's even photos that show other children outside from a distance, almost as if David was stalking them. This is highly concerning. Even if we don't know truly how low this man's perversions get, he is still far too close to children, which is perfectly encapsulated by this photo of him on a school playground during the day. And with his disturbing desires, I don't even want to imagine what he's capable of. Which brings us to the final piece of content that I need to talk about. Chasing another boy running in heeled mini boots.
Say you swear.
This was the text shown on screen during a short video posted onto one of David's many accounts. And in the video, we see the man pointing the camera at himself, showing his full face of white makeup and red lipstick. This video is edited more egregiously.
Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Nah. Not gonna lie, I'm not jacking that. I'm not jacking that. Bring this nigga to America, please. Bring him to America. Not even America. Give this nigga to the cartel. Please. Please. Make this nigga a lively. Y'all killing the wrong niggas. Y'all need to kill the villainous ass pedophiles that, like, bro. Fuck, man. I know I ain't got the right to determine the value of a human life, but this nigga's life is meaningless. Literally. Anyone that kills this man is a hero.
Than any others I've seen across his page, with multiple explicit images and huge emojis covering the majority of the screen. Though just barely enough of the footage can be seen that shows David as he turns the camera around, revealing a young boy. Who he then proceeds to chase after, giggling all the while.
Yeah, I'm sprinting for my fucking life.
Whether this was an edited video or a real occurrence, we don't currently know. David's doings are a mystery that will take some time to unravel, and my hope is that law enforcement will be able to follow through and help shed some more light on this individual, and finally put an end to his twisted behavior.
He's uncut?
But at this point, only one thing is for sure. The story of Smartschoolboy9 is far from over.
W. Well, I'm not gonna contact this nigga obviously, but I obviously have to search him up on Insta. Hopefully niggas got his account banned. Oh, see, look. Now niggas over here just making fake accounts. I don't know why you would wanna do that, but Smartschoolboy9 fan. Niggas can't take shit seriously. You gonna give this nigga a god complex doing this shit, bro. Can I join this school bug? Like, bro. See, like, y'all just gonna enable this nigga to keep doing this shit, bro. It's some real shit. I don't know, bro. This is a weird rabbit hole. I low-key don't want to get into it. I'm scared about the outcome, but I do hope he gets arrested. No doubt.